If you've never gotten a fight, this is what it feels like. Your body is pumped with adrenaline and there is an urgency to escape embarrassment. At the same time, you feel like balling out on your partner. When I was 10, I lost a fight to a kid named Richie. It wasn't that bad of a whooping, but I still didn't like losing to a black belt. All I know is that I need to learn how to fight.
Well, the actual true story of getting started in martial arts started with getting jumped. And guys who were wanting to put the beat down on the little guy at school.
When I say I had a rough upbringing, I was kind of a little white kid with glasses in an all-Hispanic neighborhood, which, you know, tested, people wanted to test me a lot, and I enjoyed being tested.
I went over a summer between my 9th and 8th and 10th grade years and started learning, and that was really the primary thing. It was a bunch of guys who had decided that they would be beating up on me.
But that wasn't a positive way to go. Eventually, after enough of that, kind of grew up a little bit and needed a more positive way to pursue what I enjoyed, punching people.
I didn't really sleep well the night before. I didn't really eat well the day before. You know, I was nervous and anxious and pretty scared. Didn't really go to the bathroom that day, you know, at least number 2.
Like when I first stepped in the cage, I kind of thought I was literally thinking to myself, what the hell am I doing here?
They call your name, you get nervous. Start warming up, you get nervous. But when you get in the cage, everything kind of levels out, and autopilot kind of takes over, and you just kind of do what you're trained to do.
And I mean, you just look. You look to the other side of the cage. You look at the guy, and you're just like, you know, I'm gonna do everything I can to take this guy out.
It all goes away once you hit somebody or somebody hits you. All that nervousness kind of just goes away.
My father passed away and was the only one who supplied my brother and I a ride to Taekwondo practices and tournaments. I earned first place in strongest punch, strongest kick, and sparring. I've stopped going to Taekwondo and now catch MMA whenever it's on. MMA stands for Mixed Martial Arts, which is a mix of Muay Thai, wrestling, boxing, jiu-jitsu, and others.
Mixed martial arts in America, it's been around forever, since Bruce Lee. He's one of the originators, so it's a lot of respect. If you see a UFC fight, the guys just beat the heck out of each other, they hug right after. So there's a lot of respect. It takes a lot to learn 6, 7, 8 disciplines and then get in the cage and get beat up with a 4-ounce glove. My name is George Castro. I'm born and raised in Tucson, Arizona. I'm 36 years old. I'm a professional MMA fighter. I had my first pro fight, didn't do any amateur or anything, so it was a pretty big deal. I fought at Wembley Arena in front of 7,000 people in London.
I was getting myself into training, and I was trying to find a proper gym to train myself at. I started figuring out how big it was out here. My name is Van Sanders. I'm a Muay Thai instructor here at Apex Mixed Martial Arts, and I'm also an amateur mixed martial artist.
Well, the first boxing gym that I went to was in a place that we call Barrio Sabaco, okay, which is really the historic neighborhood, Barrio Anita, they call it. And it's downtown on the west side of Tucson, Arizona. Grew up in a Hispanic neighborhood, also boxed in a Hispanic gym, and it's kind of the culture for them as boxing fans and as boxing competitors.
In Tucson, it's pretty big. Fighting in general, just because I think we got a big Mexican heritage here, and all of them like to fight from day one. And me being a Mexican fighter from Tucson, I have a lot of fan base here, a lot of friends, and it helps a lot.
It's come to the point where boxing commission's bills are getting paid by MMA and not boxing. They put on 1 or 2 boxing shows every 6 months, as opposed to there's an MMA show every month.
My name's John McGraw. I'm doing a style here that you're watching called Hiraido Jiu-Jitsu. It's a mixed martial arts comprising of kickboxing, wrestling, judo, and jiu-jitsu submissions. The idea of what we do here isn't what you typically think of MMA, by the way. You're really looking at a martial arts school, a dojo, who does MMA skills. If we're going to be talking about martial arts as something just to beat people up, then it's already outdated, because everybody carries guns.
If somebody comes in here and tells me, look, I'm a street fighter and I got 20 wins in the street, you're not going to train here. It's not the attitude we want here, So I got a couple of my guys that had a little bit of trouble growing up, and now they train so much they got to stay clean that there's no time to get in trouble.
After I interviewed the MMA and boxing trainers, I feel like getting back into my MMA motion. I like working out and sparring. It takes away my stress. If I'm all tensed up, I'm going to be afraid to get hit. But if I expect it, then I don't have anything to worry about.